Okay, students, the next question in that arithmetic progression. How many terms of the AP 24, 21, 18 and so on must be taken so that their sum is 78? Their sum is 78. So the meaning of thing, how many number of terms are added in that given arithmetic progression, their sum is equal to 78. Okay, so the meaning of a thing, some of the first two terms we are having the result is to be 45. Some of the three terms we are getting some more results. Some of the four terms we are getting some more results. Some more five terms we are getting some more results. But then how many number of terms are to be added in this arithmetic progression? That result is equal to 78. That is the question here. Okay. So means 10 terms or 4 terms or 7 terms or 8 terms or 9 terms. How many terms you can find out here? By adding those, we are getting the result is to be 78. Okay. This is the given arithmetic progression here. So given arithmetic progression. Okay. First of all, one more thing. So Sn is equal to 78. How can you get the Sn? Whenever we are finding the Sn value, what I said, Sn value must and should, the formula for the Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. The meaning of a thing, n value, we must and should, we know the value of n and the first term a and the common difference d. N, a, d. These three values are to be known, then we can find number of terms sum is a given arithmetic progression. So already that is to be given in that value. Okay, so Sn value is to be given. Okay, so you can find out the number of terms in that arithmetic progression, n value. So okay, so the next given AP 24, 21, 18 and so on, and one more condition is also to be given here. Sn is equal to 78. Sum of n terms, we assume that sum of n terms, we don't know how many number of terms is added. This we can assume that number of terms are to be n. Sn is equal to 78. Then here a1 is equal to 24, a2 is equal to 21, d is equal to a2 minus a1, means 21 minus 24, then d is equal to minus 3. D means it is a negative term. Okay, common difference is to be negative integer here, minus 3. Then we know that the sum of n terms of an APSN is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sn means it is to be 78, already to be given in the problem, 78, that is equal to n, we don't know. We will find the value of n here, number of terms you can find here, n by 2 into a means it is to be 24. Okay, so plus n minus 1, we don't know, n directly that as it is, n minus 1, d is minus 3. Okay, by simplifying that, by 2 transpose to that side into 2, 78 into 2, that is equal to n, 24 2s are 48. So n minus 1 into minus 3, minus 3n minus into minus plus 3. So 48 plus 3 is 51, minus 3n as it is. Why? Because it is a mixed term, literal number or variable. Okay, so 48 plus 3, 51, constant values adding, 51. So 278 2 is 156, that is equal to n into 51 minus 3n. N is to be multiplied by each and every term in the second product. N into 51, 51n, minus 3n into n, minus 3n square. These values are to be transposed to that side. So minus 3n square transposed to that side plus 3n square, plus 51n transposed to that side minus 51n, plus 56 as it is to be there only. Okay, then plus 156 is equal to 0. 3n square minus 51n plus 156 is equal to 0. Looking like it is a quadratic equation with the variable n. Quadratic equation with the variable n. So general form of the quadratic equation is to be ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That is the general form of the quadratic equation. To find the zeros of the quadratic equation, to find the roots of the quadratic equation, we have the three methods. Already we discussed those topic in the previous chapter, I think, quadratic equation, what Acharya sir said in the topic. So x square plus bx plus c. So those three topics, completing square method and factorization and quadratic formula. Okay, so any one of the three methods using, we can find the value of n here. Why? Because the variable is to be n. Okay, in these three terms, one common constant value is to be 3. 3 is the common thing. Then the balance is to be n square minus 3 17s are 17 3s are 51. So 17 is the common product, n balance product into n, plus 156 is to be divisible by 3. We are getting the result is to be 52 is equal to 0. Now that is to be 3 into n square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to 0. The common product 3 is to be transposed to that side to be changed as a 0 by 3. 0 by 3 is also to be 0. Now the balance is to be n square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to 0. Coming to the concept now. Look at that here. N square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to 0 by 3, that is equal to 0. Then n square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to 0. Now it is a quadratic equation with the variable n. We can find the zeros of the roots of the quadratic equation by applying the factorization method. In that factorization method, first of all, we can multiply the constant value and n square term. Constant value and n square term. What is the constant value? 52. N square is n square. 52 n square. Plus splitting as the factors. So already we done such type of problems in our 9th class only. Okay. So minus 13n minus 4n. Why? Because minus into minus plus. 13 fours are 52. N square to be split as the two factors, that is n into n. So minus 13n minus 4n. So minus 13n minus 4n can be read as the instead of the middle term of the quadratic equation. Middle term, what is the middle term here? Minus 17n means n coefficient. N coefficient term is to be minus 17n. Okay, instead of that, you will write these two terms, minus 13n minus 4n. By sum of these two terms, minus 13n minus 4n is also to be equal to the minus 17n. Okay, so already these type of problems we did in our 9th class and the quadratic equation previous chapter only. Okay, n square minus 13n minus 4n plus 52 is equal to 0. So in these two terms, n is a common product. So n common in the n square, one more n is a balance, minus n is a common here. The balance product is to be minus 13. Clear? Coming to this, minus 4 is the common, then balance is to be n. In the plus, minus is the common, minus into minus is to be plus, minus into minus is to be plus. Then 13 forza. 13 forza is equal to 52. 13 forza is equal to 52. Then which is the balance in that? Common in that, n minus 13 is a common. Then the balance n minus 4 is equal to 0. N minus 13 is equal to 0, n is equal to 13. Or n minus 4 is equal to 0, n is equal to 4. The meaning of the thing, product of the two factors is equal to 0, must and should one of the factor is to be 0. In the procedure, you can write as that n minus 13 is equal to 0 or n minus 4 is equal to 0. For example, 2 4s are 8, 5 2s are 10, 6 2s are 12. So all the products are to be other than zeros. We are getting the result is also to be other than 0. So one of the product is to be 0. For example, 2 zeros are 0, 4 zeros are 0, 5 zeros are 0, 0 tens are 0. The meaning of the thing, one of the product is to be 0, then automatically the result is also to be 0. So here we are getting the result is to be 0. Then automatically either this or this is must and should to be 0. We don't know which one is to be 0 in the case. So then automatically we can assume that n minus 13 is equal to 0, or we don't know which one is to be 0, or n minus 4 is equal to 0. By simplifying that, n is equal to 13, n is equal to 4. So here n means, what is the meaning of n in the problem? Number of terms in that arithmetic progression. So both values n are acceptable in the situation. 13 and 4 both are to be acceptable in the situation. So why? Because 13 terms are adding, we are getting the result is to be 78 in the problem. 4 terms are adding, we are getting the result is to be 78 in the problem. Okay, how it is possible means, for example, here how many number of terms are adding, we are getting the result is to be 78. That is the question. We have got the result is to be 13 and 4. So we can observe this here. The common difference is to be negative. Okay, the integers are to be in the descending order, 24, 21, 18, like that. Those are to be going. So what is the d here? Minus 3 means it is to be 15. Next one is to be 11, next one is to be 8, like that. Those values are to be going. Okay, by sum of those four values, okay, by sum of those values, either 13 terms or 4 terms, we are getting the result is to be 78 only. 78 only. Both are acceptable in the situation, acceptable. If it is a positive, if the common difference is to be positive, just only we are getting n is equal to only one value. Okay, if the common difference is to be negative, for two types of values, two cases, we are getting the same result. Okay, so this is the answer here. N is equal to 13 and n is equal to 4. Both values of n are acceptable. So the number of terms is either 4 or 13. Either 4 or 13. Okay, then coming to the next one, we'll do the problem for okay.